of the raw racism was clear to a lot of New Yorkers about somewhere in the early 90s when he was calling for the execution of 3 children who were accused of rape, the Central Park Five. If we hadn't had the news about the Billy Bush video, Trump again said he believed in the guilt of those then boys who were exonerated by DNA evidence. For a long time, he was the person who was also pushing birtherism, and if there's one person who might be most culpable for the respectability of Donald, or his ability to get this far, I would argue that it might be Mitt Romney, who, now is quite
he's adamantly against Trump. Right?
Well, but he's sought out, went to Las Vegas in the midst of the birtherist movement, sought out his endorsement, talked about what a wise economic mind was, really brought him into the Republican Party and had him do paid advertisements on the behalf of his campaign. So what I resist is the idea, and I think this has a lot to do with what presidency would look like, that Donald, a complete alien force who's descended on the Republican Party. There's a lot that you can say. I think that the subject of this panel is also the subject of a lot of daydreams on the part of Republicans about where their own ambitions fit in. Paul Ryan, who cringes every time he says something and yet has endorsed him and yet shared the convention, I'm sorry, and through it all keeps saying that it's worth it because then President Trump, he's just going to sign whatever I get through the House. I think that we need to talk about how much the ambitions of the Republican Party have to do with where we are. And one of the questions is how deluded they are about how particular things are going to be realized.